On a beautiful September weekend, my buddy Jason and I set off from Philadelphia to complete a 30-mile backpacking loop over 3 nights in the Indian Peaks wilderness of Colorado. The trip would present numerous challenges, from wildlife, including warnings about mountain lions, bears, and moose, altitude, exposure, and raw physical exertion. Luckily, the weather forecast didn't include a moment of rain. The trip would kick off at Brainard Lake Recreation Area and include 2 high-altitude passes over the Continental Divide and the summit of a 13er, Mount Audubon. Here's the story.
Here's camp, night 1. It's kind of just a warm-up night. Only about 100 yards from the parking lot. Kind of a little base camp right here before we get started on our first day of hiking today. It's Thursday morning, just packing up and getting ready to go. About a half hour in and we just popped out of the tree line. It looks like we're about there. I think that up there is Mount Audubon. And probably in about a mile, we're gonna hit the trailhead and contemplate going up. We are been climbing for about an hour or so, maybe a little bit less. It's kind of like a mini climb. On a shorter day today. It's only about 6 miles, but there is a side quest we're considering, and that's up to summit Mount Audubon, a 13,000 foot peak, and we're actually going to be coming to that trailhead here pretty soon, which is when we'll make a call whether we're going to take that side quest. That's about 4 miles for the day. Feeling really good so far. I feel acclimatized. Been in Denver for 3 nights. We camped down at Brainard Lake last night, about 9,000 feet. So it's been a really good adjustment. Hiking slow, just taking our time, and the views are absolutely unreal. Here I am at the peak of Mount Audubon. I'm over 13,100 feet. And views for days. It's pretty windy up here, and I'm in like this little kind of pocket somebody made out of rocks, and just having a Snickers bar, taking in the view, and then I'm gonna start heading back down. It's all downhill to camp. We're about 5 miles from here. All right, here we are, approaching the main loop again. Finished side quest, Audubon mountain, way up there. My legs are feeling it. Good morning from day 2. We're about a mile in, climbing up Buchanan Pass, and kind of broken out of the tree line, and just views keep getting better. Ended last night feeling like absolute garbage, but this morning woke up feeling pretty good. And we're moving and hopefully gonna hit this pass, and then it's all pretty much downhill, long downhill to camp, trying to do 13 miles, and we got to camp by 5:30 yesterday, and I think that's roughly the goal today. Oh my gosh. Somehow we're gonna find our way up and cross over that pass and be on the other side of the Continental Divide. Buchanan Pass gets steep near the top. Still working our way up Buchanan Pass. We're a lot closer, and that's where we gotta go. And pass by a couple trail runners. No clue where the trail is. Made it. Top Buchanan Pass. Not gonna lie, it's out of my comfort zone. A little bit scary. The switchbacks were a little gnarly. Do not look down, but it really wasn't that bad of a fall. And now we're gonna descend the other side here on the far west side of the Continental Divide. This is coming off Buchanan Pass. That's the western half of the U.S. We're on the far side of Buchanan Pass, feeling a lot more comfortable that we've come down. Can actually take a look around, and it's beautiful. Pretty neat, hiking through a zone where there used to be a forest fire a long time ago, probably, but a lot of the trees are still charred. Amazing fall foliage colors. All right, all day we've been coming downhill since going over Buchanan Pass. We just hit the lowest point. It's 3:15, and we're gonna begin the long ascent up over Pawnee Pass. Except we're not gonna do the pass today. So hopefully make it some good campsites and rest up and hit it early in the morning. So who knows how much uphill we got today, but almost there. I don't think we could have timed the foliage change any better. And then straight ahead, that's where we're going tomorrow morning. Pawnee Pass. We're almost to our Crater Lake campsite. And we're gonna be surrounded by this tonight.
Good morning from day 3. We were absolutely exhausted. It ended up being a 13-mile day, and we went up and over Buchanan Pass, and that was just incredibly challenging from a mental perspective. Not so much from a physical perspective, but pretty much had downhill for like the next couple hours, just slow, steady downhill. And it just kind of became a grind trying to get to our planned camp spot because there really wasn't any other option for us to camp. We pretty much hiked straight from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and saw so many different types of forests. Now, final day. Gonna pack up, have breakfast, get up and over Pawnee Pass, where there's supposedly a rock slide. We need to do some class 3 scrambling. Probably have to use our hands. And then I think we're meeting our buddy Matt for pickup around 2 o'clock. Gonna have some breakfast now and get going.
About a mile out of camp this morning from Crater Lake, and the views will not end. I have no problem with that. You can see the full moon up there. Had to get a shot in a moment. Just came up the west side of Pawnee Pass, and I feel so good about doing it, and I never want to do it again. That was some sketchy spots. There was a rock slide across the switchbacks. So every switchback, you had to climb over rock slide on unmarked trail. But we did it. We're here. It's all downhill to burger time. Just about to descend Pawnee Pass, finish up the trip. Bittersweet. Happy to be done with the west side of Pawnee Pass. Sad to see the trip come to an end. Final pass descent. This is what these look like. You know, just keep going around, and down there is Brainard Lake, where Matt and Michelle are waiting somewhere along the way. That snow patch up there is actually Isabelle Glacier. And we were considering a 4-mile round trip side quest up there and opted against it. Main reason why is weather's coming in. So if I go over here, you can see those clouds. That is the darkest clouds we've seen all weekend. And today, later today, it's gonna start raining. And tomorrow, this whole area will be covered in 6 inches of snow. Well, look who we found. Matt and Michelle on the way down from Pawnee Pass. Coming up on our final milestone for the trip, Isabelle Glacier Trail. Originally it was going to be a side quest, but all right, we're on the final mile of our trip. And we managed to give our backpacks over to Matt and Michelle. And I think it's like Michelle's trial run to convince Matt to go backpacking. It's been a great trip. The recap today was Pawnee Pass, overcoming that, the rock slide over the switchbacks, and the feeling at the top when it was over. Back at the trailhead, and we finished the day around 9 miles, which was more than we expected.